CQ Asia Pacific, 9 Alpha Tango 791. 9 Alpha Tango 791 on the Gulf Islands in the North Pacific. Quiet out there. I think there's no more skip left. CQDX Asia Pacific, calling CQ Asia Pacific, 9 Alpha Tango 791 Gulf Islands in the North Pacific. Get this guy. CQDX 43 Alpha Alpha 17, Australia, 9 Alpha Tango 791, Gulf Islands, North Pacific.
9 Alpha Tango 971, I'm not sure, no problem mate, you're about 5 and 4 at QSL.
Yeah, I got you 5 and 7 here, sounding good. You got 9 Alpha Tango 791, Gulf Islands off the Pacific coast of Canada.
Side is Scott, Sierra, Charlie, Oscar, Tango, Tango. I think I've touched you once or twice before there, QSL.
Yeah, I remember you, Scott. Sounding good, brother. You got Joe on this side, Juliet, Oscar, Echo, and I'm out here on the southern Gulf Islands off the far southwest coast of British Columbia, Canada, off the Pacific coast there, QSL.
QSL, mate, QSL. Hello, coast of Blue, 200 kilometres south of the city of Sydney on the east coast of Australia there, mate, QSL.
Yeah, 200 kilometers south of Sydney. Well, happy Aussie Day. I believe it's Aussie Day there today, so happy Aussie Day.
Yeah, mate, waiting to crack a few beers soon and get the barbie going and have a feed. It's a pretty rainy old day here in Australia, so it's not a really typical Australia day. It's a little bit wet and rainy, so you just got to make the most of it there, Matty, but thank you very much.
Yeah, you betcha, Scott. Yeah, no, I talked to a few stations there earlier, and they did mention it is Aussie Day. That's great, man. So all the best to you. It's a beautiful day out here, but a lot cooler out this way. We only were up to about 43, 44 degrees today. Sunny, blue sky, and that's about it. So a nice day out here on the islands.
Yeah, very good, mate. So, the conditions being still, it's very, very poor over here in Australia. Today's probably the best day for a while, but so we'll have to wait and see this afternoon. Usually get Europe coming in the afternoons, but that's been pretty shitty. But I hope the conditions have been good for you guys.
Yeah, it hasn't been that great here either the last couple of days. A lot of southeastern U.S. coming in there, but I haven't heard any Europe, so it's been quiet for European propagation. But hopefully it'll pick up there. We'll get in here tomorrow morning and see what happens. This morning I was kind of out hiking with my wife and her daughter, so I didn't get into the radio room till later. So we did work Alaska and a few stations in Australia there, QSL.
Yeah, Roger. There's a lot of local stations down on the lower frequencies coming through very strong. So I think locally around Australia the band's opened up, but not outside of Australia. So there'll be plenty of drunks on the radio today, I suppose, being Australia Day, having a babble. So we might go down there and have a listen for a bit of entertainment later on.
Sounds like fun, my friend. Sounds like fun. I wish I was in Australia right now, soaking up some of that nice warm weather there, QSL.
Yeah, Roger. Yeah, just on the vertical at the moment. Haven't spun the beam around because I have to do it manually, but it would be nice to turn it around and face it up to you and see how the signal goes. If you just give us a couple of minutes, I'll switch this other antenna and give you a yell.
Yeah, okay, you're 5 and 7 on your vertical there. I'll hang out here and I'll listen for you. So he's going to swing his beam manually, so I don't think he has a rotor on it. I used to do that when I was a kid. I put my first beam up in 1978. It was a 2-element V-Quad, horizontal, no rotor. So I had to change it by hand, turn it around, or I'd pay my sister, a quarter, 25 cents to go turn it for me. I could see it from my bedroom window where my radio was, but it worked pretty good for the skip. I used to talk to Australia a lot on it way back in the day in the 70s. And simple beam. It was a homemade one. I didn't make it. A guy made it for me, another radio operator, which was kind of cool. Okay, let's listen for Scott.
Now, that sound there, mate, is that any better or worse?
No, it sounds pretty good, Scott. Really nice. Signal picked up a little bit there, but yeah, definitely sounds good.
Yeah, just got a 2-element delta loop, mate. It's not a little high off the ground. We're pretty close to the coastline. We're only like probably 500 metres from the coastline, about a half a kilometre from the east coast. So it's a quick shot over the ocean. Up to you, blokes there, QSL.
Yeah, you're 9S units now. Yeah, I'm the same way. I'm only from the ocean. I walk across street about 900 feet. 900 feet, so about 300, just about 300 meters or less to the ocean, to the Pacific Ocean. So we're out here on the island. So yeah, a clear shot across the Pacific Ocean.
Yeah, no, it's a good benefit for us if we're sort of beaming your way, and also if we're beaming long past the Europe, going that way back over the ocean. But on my short path, we've got some mountains to get over on the western side of where we are, but it still seems to work quite well on the short path when the conditions are there. But as I said before, the conditions have been very, very poor. Before we used to have really great signals from Europe coming in, but now they're very, very faint. They're difficult to make a contact for. Usually just on dark is the best time, but a few months ago it was unreal, but that's the way it works, I suppose.
Yeah, it sounds good, Rear. Coming in stronger, definitely stronger signal. Very good audio. I'm on a beam as well. I got a 3-element flat side Stereo Yagi beam. To the boom, it's about 26 feet. 26 feet there, and I am pointed southwest into the South Pacific there, QSL.
Yeah, Roger. Yeah, you have picked up. I didn't look at the meter. I've got a couple of radios. I've been running a Fox Tango 710 as of late, and now I purchased an Icom IC7300 to give that a run to see how that goes. And not a bad little radio. I don't know which one I prefer yet. I don't mind the Yaesu. It seems to have better ears, but the little Icom's got really great audio straight out of the box, where the 710 you have to tweak it a little bit to get it to sound good. But the little Icom, for what it is, it's a really good little radio.
Absolutely, man. Icoms, Yaesu's, both great radios, man. That 7300, you're going to like that one a lot. I had a friend that had one of those, and he loved it. Unfortunately, he did sell it, but a very good radio and well built. I'm running the old RCI 2980 WX base station here. I bought it new about, I think about 12, maybe 11 or 12 years ago, something like that, QSL.
That sounds great. Yeah, there's a lot of good radios there that are still punching above their weight, but the Icom come out a lot earlier before the 710, and it still had all the good fruit on it, but the 710, I think they brought it out a little bit earlier. It's got a few little gremlins in it, but it still works fine. If they would have waited a year or two and brought it out once they got rid of all the gremlins, it'd probably turn out to be a good radio. But with all the firmware updates, I'll probably get it to work a lot better. But yeah, they both work good, both running 100 watts, and they seem to do the job. I definitely prefer the scope on the Icom. So yeah, I'll just have to switch between them. But I've given this 7300 a run for a couple of months, and I'm pretty impressed at the moment. So we'll see how it goes. Absolutely,
well, I'll be listening for you out there. What are you running for a microphone there, Scott? Because your audio is very, very good.
Well, that's the strange thing. This is one of the standard microphone, and apparently someone told me that the Icoms have got a mile insert in the standard microphone, and that's why they've got such great audio out of the box. I had the Yaesu hand mic on the 710, and then I switched to a bass mic, which is an M100, so you can switch between a dynamic microphone element and a condenser type element. So this one, I think, has got the standard dynamic one on it, but yeah, they do sound good straight out of the box. And mate had a 7300, and it was straight out of the box. But apparently they come standard with a higher insert in them, so there's probably not much benefit of flying like a normal big base station mic. So for the little mic, it's only a small mic, but it seems to work quite well.
Well, it sounds awesome, man. You know, the problem with some guys, they have these these preamps and they got these echoes on them and they crank them up too high and their audio's over mod or distorted. It's just, no, your audio's bang on, man. I give you 100% on the audio there. So that's a good microphone. That stock microphone is a keeper. I'm running a D104 Lollipop Tug 9 here, but I got it turned way down. I got it turned way down. That's a problem with these lollipops. You turn these things up, you get background noise, and of course over mod there, QSL.
Yeah, they start clicking and doing stuff. Yeah, I'm not a fan on cranking the compression up. Like, this is only running probably about 58, just over 50% on the mic gain, and then I just don't run a lot of compression, mate. Probably about 3 on the compression, so, people driving, it just ends up making the signal shout sound shit because it's too compressed and it then starts clicking and freaking out. But, straight out of the box, really nice. It's just a very user-friendly radio, but as I said with the A2, once you get it set up for your voice and stuff and adjust all the EQ settings, it's a lot fiddlier, but the icon's more user-friendly. But once you do get the A2 set up, it's a great little radio. So, it'd be good to have them side by side just to see what the receive's like in the same antenna and just switch them out and see what it is. But, I reckon it's a great little thing. I'll hang on to it now. So, it just needs some good conditions to give it a good run. Like when I had the A2, we had bloody Europe was opened up and stuff and it was working well. So, once the conditions improve, it'll be good to see how the little iPod performs as well.
Oh, I think you'll be happy with it, my friend. I think you'll be happy with it. Yep. Yeah, that's one radio I definitely like, the ICOM 7300. Maybe one of these days I'll get me one of those. That's the creme de la creme radio. They're not cheap either. They're pretty expensive radios, but you know what I always say? You get what you pay for. They're well built, and they're pretty popular radio, too. I actually talked to a lot of stations all over, even in Europe, that run the 7300, and they seem to love them there, QSL.
Exactly what you say, you get what you pay for. I've got a really old Kenwood CS440S with a tuner and all that in it. It's a really old tech and it's a really old radio. And you get onto that and you look at it, you just go, how did you used to use it? Like those, it's just what you get used to. And then when the new tech comes through and you have them side by side, it's like, wow, it's coming leaps and bounds, and even the size of the circuit board, surface mount stuff is just like fine use. It's just crazy, but the old radios, you can't let them around. They need a cap change after a while, and the caps all start leaking and stuff. But I still love the old radio, but once you get something new, it's hard to go back to the old one.
Exactly. It's what you get used to, too. I've been running this one for a while. I have a bunch of radios here. I got another RCI 2980W or 70WX. An RCI 2970 DX works pretty good too. It's an older radio, still kicking. And this one is my main radio that I talk on this big old base station here. But it seems to work so far, so good. Fingers crossed. But one of these days, if I invest in another radio, probably be like an ICOM 7300 or maybe one of those Yaesus. So anyway, Scott, I'm gonna roll here now. I'm gonna get into the house. I'm out here in my Radio Shack. Go grab me a cup of tea. And we'll say, Sev, cheers and beers to you, buddy. And I hope you have a good Aussie day down there. And get some good DX coming in there. Always a pleasure to hear you, Scott. Great sounding station, my friend. From down under, 43 Alpha 17, Australia. 9 Alpha Tango 791, Gulf Islands, North Pacific. We're waving cheers and beers to you.
All good, mate. It's been a pleasure. 73s, and I hope to make the contact again, mate. You have a nice day, and I'll catch you.
Thanks, Scott. Cheers, buddy.